One of the kids done stole somebody's mama's book of stamps. The whole neighborhood got their ass whooping and we got interrogated on who stole somebody's stamps. Man, hey, I'm a Section 8 baby. Okay, I'm a food stamp kid.
You ain't the only, bro.
I remember as kids when we lived on East 88th, it was a bunch of kids. Everybody lived over there in the buildings. One of the kids done stole somebody's mama's book of stamps the entire summer. We had to store every day blowing down brown single dollars, green $5, purple $10. You shouldn't buy $10 worth of junk with stamps.
Yeah.
But we kids, man, we having fun. The whole neighborhood got their ass whooping and we got interrogated on who stole somebody's stamps. I've been doing this for 13 years. 13 years active, but 12 years with clients. First year we didn't get nothing. It'd be like that, but it was 12 years active. You can go look at that and check that tax record. 12 years legitimate taxes, paying taxes. This is no fake, phony. Can I talk my shit a little bit?
Man, pop your shit.
Okay. What I want to say is, like, this is legit business, man. People are buying houses off of our name, bro. People can go in and say on their pay stub, it says KenJuan Johnson, Inc. As a W-2 employee, they are taking their pay stubs and they're saying, hey, KenJuan Johnson, Inc. They look that up and put that in their tax code. They get their SIC number or whatever, and it shows, hey, this is a legitimate tax-paying standing company that can financially back where his finance is coming from for them to be able to guarantee this loan for this person to be able to get a home. This isn't a sole proprietorship like we are a corporation. That's a step above, a few steps above just your typical LLC.
Welcome to a new episode of Time is Money Podcast. I am your host, DJ Billionaire. Look, there's some new shit. I know y'all ain't used to this. Y'all probably thought it was going to be Untouchable Billionaires, but look, I had to switch it up. Time is Money Podcast, you know, where we give out the game, and game stands for guidance, assets, motivation, and elevation. You feel what I'm saying? But look, we got a special guest in the building, KenJuan Johnson. Man, you know what? Matter of fact, just let the world know who we got in the building, bro.
First off, I'd like to say appreciate you, man, having me, man. Thank you for being that guest, man. Hey, people, my name is KenJuan Johnson, man. You can address me as Chief Ali the Highest on my podcast, Permission to Speak Freely. You can go check that out on IG. But in my day-to-day life, man, I'm an entrepreneur, family man, businessman, and an artist. I own and operate with my wife a healthcare agency by the name of Therapeutic Relations Healthcare Services. You might have seen us around a couple of our vans. Billboards coming soon with Lamar. We got a couple of things that we're looking to do to let the people know in the world know that we're here, and that we care. I hope you didn't mind that shameless plug I didn't put in there, man.
But go in your little drops, whatever you got to do.
At the same time, we've learned to expand ourselves out in healthcare, which was a drop in the bucket that turned us into transportation. So we had some things, a couple vans, and learned some relationships and finance with that. Banking, got a good relationship with the bank, so on helping us back it out, man. But each piece has helped us learn to grow, which now we've turned into real estate as investors. So you might see us with some of our markings and our branding and our merch that you might see us wear with Johnson's Group Management Team. That's us placing hearts and homes. Just a lot of things that we doing, man. So I want to be able to touch the city, let the city know what I'm doing, and be able to be of service to the city and be able to meet other people who do this type of philanthropy work that I do. Address for our brick and mortar, man, 5273 Broadview Road. That's Parma, Ohio. Area code 44134.
Yeah, you got to give them that. You feel me? Because a lot of people don't know you got a real business, like a headquarters and all that, a brick and mortar. A lot of people just used to getting office suites, but you got the real business, bro.
Yeah, man, 8,500 square feet inside of there, man. We host our transportation inside of there, our day services is inside of there, and then our corporate office is inside of there. So it helped us financially at the same time, kind of keep everything under one roof instead of paying 3-4 different rents at different places. It just seems more efficient and effective to kind of snowball it like that.
So let me ask you, what got you into that, bro? Like, let's take it back. Like, what was the starting thing that was like, I'm about to start this, jump in the healthcare field? Like,
hey, to be honest, man, my start I got in here was through Candace Marlin and Lewis Thompson. They both gave me information at 2 different times, but Candace Marlin gave me my first job as a healthcare, as a home health aide, as a direct support professional in the intellectual and developmental disability field. It's all still caregiver work, just different names and classifications, but she gave me my first job in the healthcare industry. It was something different from It was something different from laborious jobs that I usually could get or warehouse jobs that I usually was used to. But this job, I got a chance to use like my personality, my charm, my charisma. I'm able to exercise just skills that were taught at home to me by my mother, by her being just a homemaker like that, her being an educator herself as well. So it got me learning like I can be something different every day, and I actually fell in love with that. And I'm a people type person, you know what I'm saying? So when I got into the industry, it's an industry that is dominant by strong women and strong personalities, strong nurses. It really just became a growth in men kind of stepping into it. But I got into it where it was kind of, really needed that, just the male presence. So when I got into it, I was kind of catered to and taken care of by just my colleagues and peers, because just my presence, being able to talk to some of the clients that were male, it helped. And it also allowed me to exercise leadership skills, be able to take on leadership opportunities and exercise that, learn to command people, so that as I grew into it or become an entrepreneur, that wasn't always the mindset, but it was the easiest thing that I could do to make money is hospitality, man. Learning how to take care of people, talk to people, treat people nice, internal things more than just a lot of internal things, man. More than just I'm talking or I'm doing just shenanigans. Is real skills, real people skills, being able to exercise sympathy, empathy, all of those things, man. So I love that, and it gave me that. It fulfilled me emotionally. And when I needed a catapult in my life, I reached out to Lewis Thompson, who was operating his own healthcare agency. Shout out to Lewis Thompson. Thank you. Big homie for sure. Candace Marlin gave me a lot of the administrative paperwork. So shout out to Candace Marlin. The links to go to, how to set up your LLC, how to do your tax ID. She told me this stuff 15 years ago. It's a huge wave of it now, but this was information that's still it's always been relevant and for business.
Oh, so wait, hold on, not to cut you off. So you've been doing this. Like, this ain't nothing that you just started 4-5 years ago. You've been doing this.
No, I've been doing this for 13 years.
Okay.
Actually, 13 years active, but 12 years with clients. First year we didn't get nothing.
It'd be like that.
It'd be like that, but it was 12 years active. You can go look at that and check that tax record. You can go look at 12 years legitimate taxes, paying taxes. This is no fake, phony. Can I talk my shit a little bit?
Man, pop your shit.
Okay. So what I want to say is, like, this is legit business, man. People are buying houses off of our name, bro. I mean, people can go in and say on their pay stub, it says KenJuan Johnson, Inc.
Oh, as with you're filing with y'all as them as a W-2 employee under y'all.
As a W-2 employee, they are taking their pay stubs and they're saying, hey, KenJuan Johnson, Inc. They look that up and put that in their tax code. They get their SIC number or whatever, and it shows, hey, this is a legitimate tax-paying standing company that can financially back where his finance is coming from, for them to be able to guarantee this loan for this person to be able to get a home. This isn't a sole proprietorship. Like, we are a corporation. Okay, so that's built. That's a step above, a few steps above just your typical LLC. Your typical LLC protects you in different things of limited liability company, which doesn't mean you don't still have to get business like insurance. Okay, I want to debunk that.
Hey, no,
Okay,
for sure. That's what Time is Money is here for, the podcast, to give y'all this game raw and straight, because I look at it like people like you actually giving them the blueprint with this shit. You feel what I'm saying? You saving motherfuckers from bumping their heads and have to go through the motherfucking maze, and they could just go straight from A to Z with the shit.
Yeah, so my game plan is, as an entrepreneur, man, I love to be able to teach my team the things that are taught to me as business, and there's really no difference, man. If you can run your household, you can run a business. Your budget for your business, just like your paycheck for your household, is your budget of what you can do. And I send my staff just on some educational and orientation. I send them where I go to go get money, which is the bank. But I tell them what was taught to me just in my story of, hey, Businesses don't just got a bucket full of money just sitting back, especially businesses that nobody handed them. Nobody handed us this. We had to put the sweat in, the tears in, the grit in, the grind. We had to lose relationships with friends, family, because we saw something that they didn't see. Now it's people, applications coming across, it's alumni and peers applications coming across our desks. You know what I'm saying? But it's a big turnaround of like, hey, I believed in this and some people didn't. It's no hard feelings, but it's like, hey, I bet you believe me now. I bet you believe it now. And hey, so the team, and this is real entrepreneur, this is really the grit and grind, like the guided delusion, if you will, of like, hey, I can see something you can't see. You can call me crazy, but as I piece this shit together for you, as you get to see it manifest that, hey, you know how I'm a businessman? Because you can pull up to my place of business, man. You can catch me there. You can see my branding and my marketing. And I love the people who show up for me every day. So thank y'all. Hey, I'm out here I'm kissing babies and shaking hands and doing the politicking work to be able to be like, hey, I need this healthy attraction to us because we need to grow. We need the people in the city to see where we are and what we're doing. And I want to make that impact.
For sure.
And give the guidance, man. So just a clue. In orientation, what I teach the team is like, hey, man, do you know how you can go get a raise without me even being involved? Without the business being involved? They like, what you mean a raise? I'm like, man, you can go and apply for money at your bank. At your bank. You can just go in and, hey, I just want to see what y'all got.
No, for sure.
Like
that's how it be.
That's exactly how it is. Like, oh, you got money. No, I got more credit than I got money. Okay, so this is one of the reasons I wanted to be able to express this information. Like, man, this is real life, bro. This people would look at this as braggadocious, but like, no, these are my woes of nobody taught me this. This is not a book. I dropped out of high school twice, bro. I dropped out of high school twice.
Wait, hold on, because you ain't about to speed past that. How you drop out of high school twice, though? Like, what was it, 10th grade, then 12th? Like
10th grade. Well, I dropped out 10th grade, halfway through 10th grade. More like the first month or two. Time is blurred, but I know I didn't complete the 10th grade. I know I didn't complete fully the 11th grade, but I got back into school more like when my mama came up there, almost like a whole year later. You know how the school year from January to August is like 2 school years.
Definitely is, though.
You know what I'm saying? But when my mama finally called up and was like, hold on, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be an 11th grader. I mean, I'm supposed to be a 12th grader now, but technically with my credits, I'm only a 9th grader. So I had to go to Twilight. I had to go to night school, man. I had to go, shout out to night school, Twilight. That was at East High School on 79th and Superior. I graduated class of 06. I did from 9th to 14th in high school. But it was one of them like, bro, I was a child with problems. I wasn't a problem child. I was a child that had problems. You know what I'm saying? I had mental things going on that I was seeing going on in our home that just, it wasn't always the best. But that's growing up tough, growing up like, hey, no father there to block certain things. So as the man, the big brother, I'm getting hit with life hit you with just as a man.
You first on the road with the shit. Like, you know, niggas going to war, you the first on the line.
Hey, I inherited, bro. But to bring it full circle for a second, to see where a nigga sitting out from where I started, I supposed to feel this way.
That's why I said, bro, pop your shit.
I supposed to feel this way. I supposed to feel grand of me. And if you don't deal on some Kanye shit, graduation and before Kanye shit of like, hey, no, man, you want to feel alive, man. You want to feel good, especially when you get to see your manifestation, some shit that was in your mind. Vision. You get to walk through it, and sometimes you got to take that outer look and be like, no, I'm really walking through what was once a dream, my nigga.
I tell people, listen, life is like a journey. You feel what I'm saying? It's like a track that's never end. It's just like a journey. You just never know what the fuck gonna come with this shit. I like to look at my life as almost similar to like the book of Eli. You feel me? Like, I'm just walking through life, but God got me protected. But I got this vision of where I need to go, and it's all this distraction on the side, but I can't focus on that. God got me. You feel me? I just need to go do what he want me to do. That's how I always picture my life. I promise you, bro. And that's why I say life is a journey for real. But speaking of life, let's take it back, because, I know you from the past, but the world don't know how far we go back and shit. So let's take it back to, bro, like growing up, bro. How was it for you growing up, and where did you grow up at?
And I grew up Cleveland, Ohio, man. Cuyahoga County. Shout out to Cleveland, Ohio, 216. Grew up on East 88th in St. Clair First. That's the first address that I can remember from a youth. Growing up on East 88th in St. Clair. Then we moved to East 55th and Dibble. Shout out to East 55th and Dibble. Grew up over there. Then I moved with my aunt and uncle for a few years to South Euclid, Greenville. Shout out to South Euclid, Greenville, everybody out there, the brotherhood out there now. And I love the brotherhood that they got out there in South Euclid, Greenville. I love the brotherhood they got out there. Then I moved on East 71st Street between Superior and St. Clair. Shout out to 71st, baby. That's where I really stayed. Like, hey, no, that's where it would help develop me.
So that's where you would say you jumped off the porch at?
No, we jumped off the porch on 55th, but which prepared us for 71st.
Got you.
Which prepared us, man. But then after that, man, we a Section 8 got approved out Euclid. We moved out Euclid. Mama got a house out Euclid.
Hold on, bro. I like how you kept it real, bro. You ain't nigga said Section 8 approved, bro. Like, that was some of the realest shit I heard all day, because a lot of people try to skip over that, but it's like, nigga ain't running from that, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That made a nigga, and it's like, nigga not on it no more. So it's like, you can go from this to that.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm a Section 8 baby. Okay, I'm a food stamp kid.
You ain't the only, bro.
Nigga, I remember as kids when we lived on East 88th, it was a bunch of us, bunch of kids. Everybody lived over there in the buildings, man. Just a couple, 3-story, 4 buildings. One of the kids done stole somebody's mama's book of stamps. And remember, time is different for a child than it is as an adult. But to me, it felt like the entire summer. But we had to store every day, blowing down brown single dollars, green $5, purple $10. But nigga, you shouldn't buy $10 worth of junk with stamps.
Yeah.
But we kids, man, we having fun. The whole neighborhood got their ass whooping, and we got interrogated on who stole somebody's stamps, because I think all of us got in trouble, but I just remember that as a nostalgic moment, man, as kids growing up with food stamps. Like, hey, it ain't no shame in it, man. And they call it SNAP benefits now, okay? This administration doing what they doing, shutting that down, man. Hey, little brown kids like me got to eat because of that. You know what I'm saying? Little brown kids got to eat because of, hey, those assistants that's out there. And sitting in the business seat, man, I get to understand that it is a lot of people who do take advantage of that system.
So it's like you can see both sides now that you're a business owner for sure. And coming from that. I feel you, because I'm the same way, bro, like with the food stamps. And I remember growing up when they used to be paper dollars instead of the card where your mom can give you some $5 in here and that. Like, I was never ashamed of going to the store with the food stamp card, bro.
Not at all.
Once I figured out you could buy snacks with that bitch, it was over with.
Yeah, man. So we grew up on the food stamps. We grew up on the Section 8. We grew up on those things. So I get to understand it and see, like, hey, and I'll give you this. Okay, people, I'll give you this. On a huge economic scale, since the government shut down for a month and they retracted whatever benefits they were going to pay out for SNAP. Keep in mind for a second, these are not just the only things that they have cut. Every household or a lot of households are affected by SNAP benefits of not just the children, but elderly, those that are disabled, a lot of different people. You know what I'm saying? More than just the negative stereotype that they got of the black and brown woman being on it and needing it. You know what I'm saying? Or the white, just how they just try to chop it up to it's aiding for the woman, but it's really for the family, for the household. But it's a lot of stipulations in there of like what can't be in there to get this. So as an entrepreneur, I get to see the whole picture. Okay, because we've had great people not want to work because they're like, hey, I'm getting good benefits doing nothing. I'm doing nothing. I don't have to go anywhere. and I get this.
Don't gotta leave.
I don't gotta leave. I can get that. My rent is this. Why would I come to work that will offer me health insurance and health benefits and a good pay? Why would I come to work when I can get all this and I ain't gotta work?
You know, you talking facts. I look at it like it's a trap. The moment you like get that the food stamps, the government assistance, it's like it almost cripple you and hinder you. You feel what I'm saying? Because like you said, people like, shit, I'm getting $290, $300, $500 in food stamps. Why would I work? And then it's like once you go find a job, they gonna take it. So now you in a fucked up position because you like, damn, do I work and pay for my food, or do I just sit at home and do nothing and collect this check? You feel what I'm saying? So it put motherfuckers in a trick bag for real. And that's why I say it's a trap. Like even when it comes to like the projects, people selling weed, like all that shit is a trap for you to set up and be right back in their system.
Yeah, very much so, man. So bringing it back full circle for a second, the government shuts down SNAP benefits, which affects more households than remember, it's all important, but it affects more households than them shutting down just government jobs. That shuts down more protections and control, but starvation of the child. But they got, and trust me, they got numbers and analytics that are show improvement. I don't know them, but I get to see it just in the economy of what all the markets that I'm in. Guess how many people start trying to apply for a job now because those benefits got cut? How many billions the government can save just in 1 month. 1 month. And triple whatever they do to be able to get what they need for the military, for the wars, for the X, Y, and Z, for whatever else that they got going on, and then be able to be like, okay, man, in 60 days or 30 days, 90 days, whatever, we can put this money back into the community, which will blind post people by what is actually going on. Everybody back eating, they're not seeing the shenanigans that's really going on in a bigger place. You feel me? Yeah, so that's at least how I see it. At least that's how I see it, being in different markets and housing. So I'll give that example of housing. Most people are not, it's not more land per se, not more land on earth. They just building more houses in different places. It's not enough people buying houses, and most people who buy houses are having life changes. You know what I'm saying? They getting married or they getting a divorce. They had babies or the baby's leaving. You know what I'm saying? So those are usually the bigger factors, and more people know more about that who specialize in that. I'm more of just an investor in it, freshly investing in it, but getting to see that market of, hey, I try to sell a home. Ain't nobody having enough babies that feel like they need to buy a home. And, they got numbers to kind of prove them calculations of different stuff like that. Maybe not enough divorce, not enough death, not enough marriage, not enough love to be able to buy a home. So I get to see the analytics, the numbers. It sounds like a lot, man. I hope I'm not rambling and giving you too much. I hope I'm not giving you too much, but I hope you seeing I hope I'm explaining enough so you can see how I'm seeing it and giving you this game and this information, not just on the finance, but just the economics of kind of how you put yourself or where you looking to be and what you looking to do. Especially, man, if you are in certain industries, if you was paying rent, landlords can't get their rent if you ain't got no job.
And it's crazy. That's crazy because I see a lot of landlords right now, like, they actually suffering, like, you feel me, because they got it where people ain't got to pay rent, and then it's like landlords ain't collecting no checks. So it's like at the end of the day, they getting fucked over, but somebody get to still live there free. So it's all like a toss-up with this shit. But it's crazy because I was thinking, and I got a video that I'm dropping on it, when it come to, like, people that say you get $300, $500 in food stamps. I feel like you just really got to change your mindset of how you look at it, right? So this is why I push the credit and shit so heavy. So say you get $500 in food stamps. They took your food stamps, or the government shut down right now. But say you had a $500 credit card. You can still feed your family with that credit card. You feel what I'm saying? So let's say you spend the whole $500. Just make $100 payments every week. You feel what I'm saying? You just got to change your mindset of how you going to feed your family.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Adjusting.
And that's what it is. And a lot of people, they just so used to the government handing them this, bro. But like I said, if it was me, bro, I would have to adjust just like that. I'm using my credit card and I'm only buying what I need and I'm paying this shit back off every week or every month. And then eventually you do that for so long, when the government open back up, you gonna be like, shit, I don't even need the food stamps no more because you done been conditioned to doing it on your own.
Yeah, so I'll say this, man. A lot of people don't qualify for credit.
And that's the thing, and that's another thing. That's why they got me. And all you gotta do is follow me on Instagram, Billionaire Mindset with 2 T's at the end, and I give you all the game and all the knowledge and all the content for free.
Perfect.
You feel me? Because all they got, like I said, it all comes down to your mindset. Because, like, for example, with you, bro, when you first started, you didn't know what you know now.
Hell
you didn't
no.
know then. You feel what I'm saying? Your mindset had to change. You had to actually see things in a different light. And speaking of growing up, let's take it back real quick because I didn't get a chance to finish. You ain't really finished telling us where all you grew up at. You started at where you jumped off the porch, and then I don't even think you made it up to Euclid yet.
Oh, yeah, man. So, yeah, we went out to Euclid, and Euclid I'm out of high school at this time, but my younger siblings out there. But I'm more of an adult now than, a teenager. So I'm out there, I'm kicking it, and I'm just outside, bro. I'm outside. I'm just having fun, young, wild, and free. Wiz Khalifa times. You know what I'm saying?
How old you say you was around this time?
Like 19, 20.
Okay.
19, 20 when we was out Euclid. I was living with my mama still. Then I ain't like that.
I mean, with you 19 and 20 though, bro, like.
Yeah. So I'll say this, man. Being 19, 20, living with my mother, I still having certain rules inside of there, but kind of tapping into what they say, you're smelling yourself. I needed to exercise that being a man. You know what I'm saying? So that was me more than just doing domestic stuff around the house. Like my mother gave us that. Cooking, cleaning, washing clothes. That like just not living in filth, you feel me? Mom Dukes taught us that, all of my siblings, we all got that. But I remember sitting at her dining room table looking through the newspaper. Okay, do they still got newspapers, or is everything just scrolling? But I remember looking through the newspaper, highlighting places that I felt like I qualified for, and a lot of places. Hey, I had the bare minimum of a high school diploma, but I didn't have any skills. I didn't have any trades. I didn't have anything like that, or I didn't even have the opportunity to display or try to exercise. Given, you know what I'm saying, but. That being said, the first place that did was a temp agency through area temps. I didn't know what temp agencies were. The number was in the newspaper, and I'm just calling. They like, come in. I came in. It was the two places was area temps and then global technical recruiters. Them were the two places that I got my first jobs, if you will.
That's what I was about to say. So that was your first job?
Yeah, through the temp agencies, man. They had, man.
What was your first job? What was you doing?
Man, they had me pouring liquid metal and making and casting safes. But they sent me out like, hey man, we want you to do this, want you to do that. Pour this steel. But man, it was taking me back, bro, because I quit at lunchtime. It was crucial work. And I'm like, hey, y'all gotta work here. I don't. I'm just here because I was trying to make some money. You feel me? I'm trying to make some money. Figuring it out. But I got to see like, oh no, I told them like, hey, I can't do it. But they had me pouring metal steel in there. Then they took me from there. I was working out in Hunter's Manufacturing out in Solon, building and encasing space heaters for the military. Then they took me around the corner somewhere. I'm spraying glue on cubicles, laying that out, cutting in so they can put the receptacles in at the bottom. Just any kind of job, bro. But I was learning, and I thank God always for my mindset. Okay, I always thank God for my mindset. Can make me feel and shown a lonely road, but it is showing like I ain't never been wrong. You know what I'm saying? Some people ain't got the pride to tell you like, hey, you was right. Yeah. You feel me? They don't got the courage. They don't got that kind of strength to be like, hey, you right. You sound crazy, but I was crazy not to believe you.
So let me ask. Okay, so what age you started hustling? Like,
that got two different definitions.
Okay, all right. You right, hustling like just meaning like doing shit for yourself, finding ways to make money for yourself.
My Uncle Ed, shout out to my Uncle Ed. He gave that first opportunity and teaching like, hey, come over to my house. I'm gonna have you cut my grass. I'm gonna have you rake my leaves. I'm gonna have you clean my gutters. I'm gonna have you clean my garage, and I'm gonna throw you a couple change. I'm gonna have you help me paint this. Just tasks, just manly shit, if you will. You feel me? Things that you some tasks, some skills that can transfer over to making money, which they eventually did. Out in South Euclid, shout out to South Euclid again. My cousin MD and I, Elijah Johnson, MD, his father, shout out to him, R.I.P. Big Ed, Big Chief. He showed us that skill, and we started making money that for like at least 2 summers. We outside raking leaves, we cutting grass, we cleaning gutters, man. We doing just chores that people don't want to do. Okay, so a jewel I want to drop, man. You know the quickest way to make money is to solve a problem for somebody with money. Okay, you solve a problem with somebody with money. Hey, you didn't develop your own job.
Yep.
People that don't like to pick up dog poop, it's companies that come out and pick up your dog poop. It's people that come pick up your trash. You can't tell me there ain't money out here it's people selling plates, all kind of adjectives with P's.
You ain't lying.
Pictures of their feet. Okay,
Hey, I just had a female friend. She know I just told her, I'm like, you better start selling some feet pictures or something like shit. It's getting tight around this motherfucker, but somebody will buy them. You got weirdos out there.
Yeah, so on a big economic scale, it's like, hey, it's tight for certain class people. It's not tight for everybody because people still spending money.
So let me ask you this. Do you feel like motherfuckers just be broke because they choose to be broke?
Yes.
Me too. I feel like that too because it's so much money and hustle and shit out here. Like you said, that you can just sell and do, especially in this time, 2025, like you don't even have to leave your house to make money.
Yeah, so I'll say this too. Everybody that look like they got success or got materials don't always got money either. So as a person giving y'all my story too, and then, I know we jumping all around, but I want to be able to, I'm excited to be here. Excited to be here and being able to get this game, man, and being able to tell this story most definitely on this platform, man. But I didn't always have the best money management. I didn't always have the best financial skills. I'm making money for the first probably 9 years. We've been in business 12, 13 years. For the first 9 years, man, I ran it just cash in, cash out, cash in, cash out. I was not having my finances broken down in bank accounts. I did not have any kind of credit lines, credit cards. I didn't have any capital. I didn't have nothing backing me. I'm just running straight cash. That's exhausting fast.
So wait, let me ask you. Okay, so what changed that, or who changed that?
The IRS. When you get a federal agent that show up to your door and like, hey man, though remember, I'm not running it. It wasn't the most efficient way as a business person, though I was making payments and things like that. Ended up having a rough couple years actually, and expenses start outweighing profits. Okay, things start costing too much money to either maintain, obtain, but it put us in a strain where it was like, hey, we either got to cut ties with it, upgrade it. But if, for an example, one of our vehicles, we do transportation. After the vehicle gets so old, you put maintenance in it way more than what the vehicle may be bringing in or what it's costing you to have it on the road, from paying a person, insurance, gas, repairs. You know what I'm saying? You fixing all of that, but it ain't bringing in enough because it's breaking down. Hey, yeah, it's time to get rid of that vehicle, upgrade it new, something that you can get the most years out of. And what you paying in car note, insurance, or whatever, minus maintenance or just regular wear and tear may be the offset that you need. But just giving the details like, hey, you only know that by doing that. You only know the analytics, the profits and loss, the P&Ls on your like, hey man, this is what this came in. This is what it cost me to have. I got to make some changes. Or when you get to hear people who coupon, shout out to people who coupon, man. My mother used to coupon. She'd be like, oh, I saved $200 this year on soap detergent. And you like, that don't sound like much.
But it do over time. We leave a lot of money on the table for sure.
Man, but it's one of them like, hey man, you got to count them twos and fews. You can't just be who got it like that you just throwing it out there like that. Do you think the business just because our budget may be bigger that we just trying to throw things out? No, as an entrepreneur, man, people steal time, they steal resources, They be going to the store in your vans, man. They be stealing trash bags, gloves. Remember, I was an employee too. Remember, I was an employee too. I was in there like, man, they don't need these Glade bags. I'm taking these. But somebody, if it was free to me, somebody else paid for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was never free. It just cost somebody else more. But so I get to tell you, I get to see the big picture, man, of, hey, a lot of times you don't know it until you go through it, man.
You got to.
So bringing it back full circle, man, I had to learn finance the hard way of now I'm having some rough times. I'm having some rough years. I can't keep paying 941 taxes, which is the employee taxes of the company. So, and for people who don't know what 941 employee taxes are, when you get your paycheck and you might say your gross is, you gross 3 bands, but you took home 2 bands because a band was taken out for taxes, those are usually 940 and 941 taxes for employees. Your Social Security, your Medicaid, your city and all that stuff is separate, but just the company has to pay that on your behalf. A lot of times employers do not pay the 941 taxes because that's another expense as well that either could be monthly or it could be quarterly, monthly, or bi-weekly, weekly, depending on your pay schedule on what the IRS dictates for you to have based on how much money you making. For us, we pay every 2 weeks. The IRS demands us to make a 941 payment every 2 weeks. And if you don't, you penalize. So that being said, just giving you that information on, you only know that by being in business for real, not just you got a LLC and you got a tax ID, but you're not making no money. So, and people don't know how to transfer it over. Like it's things that they won't tell you. You got to kind of know it. So that being said, I owe $50,000 for 941 taxes, penalties and everything accumulated so much that they put a tax lien on me. And remember, all of this is public knowledge. You can go look this up. These are my woes, but this is how I had to learn getting punched in the mouth. I had financial guidance in certain areas, but it was still me having to discipline myself on how to do it right. Okay, so that being said, I was summoned to be able, I got not just summons, you ever seen them commercials you hear in the car radio? They say they put a levy on your home, put a tax lien, they'll take you all off. Hey, that shit is true. I am getting mad all over again.
Hey, I appreciate the transparency for real, bro, because a lot of people don't show this side of the business. You feel what I'm saying? But that's why you in the position that you is now, because you went through this shit.
Yeah, I want to give the legit real game. I want to give my story up to it because I can't fantasize this, or I can't write this down, man. The easiest way for me to tell you is the truth of like, hey, this is really what I went through, man. The good, the bad. You see a house or floors or doors or a nice car. It's like, hey, I gotta maintain it all. So me having to learn how to discipline my money better was having to pay these $50,000 for fourth quarter 2018 or 2017 941 taxes, and I owe $50K. And I didn't pay it. They sending me papers, they sending me letters. I knew I owed it, and I just didn't pay it. I looked on my bank account one day. I'm getting all the calls, but I look in the bank account one day, and it just say, I can't remember the exact name, but it was like levy. Took everything out of every bank account that I had business wise. So I'm sick, man. I'm sick. I run to wifey like, man, I promised I was gonna get back, man. I said I was gonna get back, but it was like, this shit is for real, and I got payroll. Real heavy shit for real. This is not remember, people are building their futures blindly off of like how well I do my job as the entrepreneur, as the business owner. Not just for flash and for glamour, but like, no, bro, this is the behind the works scenes that people don't see. Do you really, really want to be an entrepreneur? Do you really want to step into that? Especially if you're not looking just for on a sole proprietor side of things, you really looking to, well, you can't just, I won't say you can't, but to grow your shit, man, you gotta you can't loan with entrepreneurship. You gotta have a team. You gotta build things. You're gonna need other craftsmen and people with other skills that you don't have or got the time to grow and comprehend. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn to get an accountant to be able to, and I don't want to say like I just found one overnight, man. I had an accountant since day one who managed a lot of things for me, but that still doesn't mean I had financial discipline to pay what I was supposed to pay. You feel me? I'm buying work vans out $10,000 cash because I'm thinking I'm beating the system of I ain't got to pay no car note. But now I'm buying a used van from a used buy here, pay here car lot.
And it's costing you more in maintenance.
$10,000 for the vehicle plus taxes, and then I gotta probably put another $3,000 to make sure it's safe. On top of fees of registering, plates, all kind of stuff. Just say I'm up to $15,000, and I made no money. I'm thinking that and it was a guy who told me like, man, why you ain't just financing? I'm like, nigga, fuck financing, nigga. I'm balling out.
Black people mentality.
Balling out, nigga. I'm balling out. He like, you gonna get them 10,000 when they willing to take 1,500? And I'm like, I'm balling out, nigga. Now the van, and I gotta put a transmission in this joint. Remember, it's a buy here, pay here, but I'm like, these are my
trying to cut corners.
This is my woes, bro. This is my story of like, hey, this is how I had to learn how to be better with finance. Now, I don't put no money down. I never put money down for a vehicle ever again. Like, but I made myself attractive enough that I say I don't want to put no money down.
Okay, so let's switch it up because you said being attractive to the bank. So let the people know what they need to look attractive to the bank.
Okay, so before I jump into that, I'm gonna show you like the financial discipline that had to come, because before I even became attractive to the banks, I got beat up by the niggas I owe money from, which is the IRS, governments. The people who whip my ass is the Department of or the Bureau of. That's who comes to them the people who take me out. Not a disgruntled employee, not somebody who disrespected the opportunity or disrespected the position that was given or disrespected the person in the organization. Okay, remember, I'm a real boss, nigga, and I don't even like saying that shit because it's like I don't even want to be braggadocious, man. I'm more of a leader than a boss. I'm out there. Jesus walked amongst the people, and I'm out there walking amongst the people. They straighten up more erect when I come through just because of the respect I hold for myself. They can't give me nothing less. So, but that's not a punch in their face. It's like Mr. Ken came out here and outworked our ass. Mr. Ken out here hosting events, planning events. Miss Vanessa out here, Mrs. Vanessa, make sure I address her correctly. Mrs. Vanessa out there doing X, Y, and Z. She orchestrating, she decorating, she got the pictures, just everything that comes into play. You feel me? But real leadership, man, real community, real families, people buying houses off of our name. They raising kids in their house that their job helped them obtain. That's a real pressure. And I get to walk amongst these people. It's and they get to see how the job takes care of them, not me. The job, the business, the establishment, all the things that we put into it. So bringing it full circle, I had to recognize how that was all at risk by me not doing my job and paying. But I also had to bring in more money. And I knew how to bring in more money in our industry, but I needed money effective, immediate now. Me going to the bank, telling the bank like, hey, yeah, I'm financially in this place and I can't get them the $50,000 that they need. You know what I'm saying? And they can see it when they go run your credit. IRS is the first debtor. They want their money first, fast, and most lenders, if not damn near all of them, outside of hard money loans, these are people that will lend you cash. Most conventional banks won't lend you money because it's showing up on there and they like,
yeah, nobody want to go against the IRS.
And that's just the cliff note of making yourself attractive to the banks of like, hey, your debtors are low. Debtors meaning negligent, something that's delinquent on your credit. I'm not a credit guru, but I'm just a person that had to learn how to utilize it to stay afloat. You feel me? All the way to the point that, hey, I live off of credit now. I only use cash to pay down credit cards. But that's another conversation that we'll unpack a little bit later, but that's a certain status style of living, okay? But me making myself attractive to the bank, though I got the tax lien, though I got summons, I didn't have the money to give to them. I gave them whatever I could. It was like $1,500, $2,000, whatever it was. But I had to get put into IRS tax payments. I had to make tax payments. I cannot remember 100% what the agreement is, a 1095 form or whatever, but I had to schedule monthly tax payments for them to draw from my bank.
How much the payments was they was taking?
So you can adjust it from 7 years to 10 years, and most people go 10 years, but they built for you not to get out, okay? The payment every month had to be it was $735 every month. $735 every month on top of, but that was for them to not take and when you get a lien or they don't take the lien off, that's for them not to levy your bank accounts and take no more money out. They only can do it once because they got to get it court ordered to be able to do it. But for me to be able to move forward and to try to establish myself better, to be able to pay down them debts, because nobody else would deal with me unless I had an agreement with the IRS that I'm gonna make these. I'm on a payment plan. I'm on a payment plan with the IRS. I had to schedule that out, draft it from my bank accounts for me to be able to look good, especially during this time of I went to the bank asking for money, and they like, hey, you as the business can't get any money. Okay, your business can't get anything. The business, okay, this is where it thickens. The business can't get shit because it's ugly and it's unattractive to us. But you as a person that's separate from this business, you look really, really good to us. We gonna give you, so before I got to that place, I had to pay 3 consecutive payments to be able to get an FHA house loan with a 3.5% down payment in 2016 or 17 to buy our home. We had to make 3 payments to the government for us to be able, for them to do funding. And I'm learning all of these things that these lenders and these mortgage lenders are showing us of like, hey, we're not the only people that got these problems, but these rich nigga problems. Yeah. But it's like, hey, you got to do right by the people. The money is just the grease to keep the machine moving, man, but it's not the fuel. The fuel is I give a damn about the people, so I need to do right by them, things that they cannot see, paying things on their behalf, insurances that they need. So that being said, I went to the banks, they said, hey, you got tax liens on your business. We can't give you nothing. But personally, you look good. Was able to give me a $10,000 credit card. Was able, since we're not there, was able to give me a $10,000 credit card. Was able to give me a $12,000 home equity line of credit borrowed against the equity value of our house. So that was 22, pretty much like 22 bands right there, just off me looking good. To the bank, the business is shitty, but I looked good to the bank personally, which is 2 separate different things. And hey, and I say this as a cliff note, it's a lot that sound like a lot of money, but it's very, very easy to get yourself in debt blowing that money. I said to one of my homies one time, he was like, I told him like, hey man, I got this money from the bank. He's like, man, you have to pay $22,000 back. I'm like, I ain't spent $1 of that shit. You ain't got to pay nothing back. What you mean? That's just money there. What do I need to go blow $22,000 on right now? Especially I done made myself attractive to the bank financially, especially by handling business that I should have been better on paying them 941 taxes more promptly for our employees. Okay. On top of learning like how serious it is on the financial game, learning how serious it is on the financial game, you're gonna need credit. You're gonna need to borrow. The system in the U.S. is built on borrowing. Okay, it is built on borrowing. So, though, at the way the IRS look at it too, learning from how they look at it,
it's mind blowing.
Okay, it's mind blowing. But when they sitting there and they reading things out to you out loud, it was self reflecting. So they like, oh, you owe X, Y, and Z, you owe this, owe that. So they doing a breakdown like, okay, what's your mortgage? I'm giving them my mortgage. They're like, okay, when was your house built? Oh, it was built this. Okay, what car do you drive? I'm like, this 2019. Okay, they're like, oh, I drive a 2016 Audi A6. She just looking at me like, okay, how much is that car payment? Was they looking like, you got money. Look at what you spending on this money. We don't care where you get this money from. You owe us the money. You can run it up on a credit card. It's like, thank you. Now you just owe Amex.
Hey, so it's pretty much like they like, nigga, I don't give a fuck how you get us our money, long as you get us our money. And then, like you said, it's also a self-reflection because, like you said, I got this, that, and they looking like, dude, you got money because you buying this or you can afford this. And the average black person don't look at the amount of money they blowing every day. That's why I tell people, man, if you start saving your money, you can be a lot further ahead. But that's a side note, though.
That's a side note. So I'm gonna tell you, just to bring it in full circle on. I need to give you the backstory of how I had to learn. This is what I needed to do. I can give you the quick of like. I can sound like any other motivational person that's telling you, oh, yeah, first you go get this, and then you go get that, and then you go get this, and now you're here. Come to my course. It's like, no. I got to give you the real life of how I learned it. I'm not trying to sell you a product. I'm telling you a story. Pull from this what you need. And leave the rest for whatever, man. But learn. This is to be informative, educational from a person that did it. That most of us, I walk amongst you. You see me. You know who I am. We didn't went to school together. You didn't smell me musty. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see me bummy. You know what I'm saying? But it's to see me in this successful place of like, hey, I'm looking to only give back. This is not to be brandishing anything negative. This is to be informative to like, hey, I get to see my people need this information. And some got it. They just don't apply it. So I don't feel bad for them. But for that, those that don't understand the difference between hustling and business, okay? Hustling and business is two different things. Business is aligning that shit to be legit so that everybody fuck with you. The banks fuck with you. The community fuck with you. Hustling is that, hey, man, you know how to make money. You know, oh, I'm going to sell this. I'm going to fix that. I can do this and do this. Like, no, how do businesses learning how to make your money make you money?
You know, it's crazy not to the piggyback off of that. The difference between a hustler and a business person, I always break it down like this. A hustler is a business owner. Mm-hmm. They don't know that, though, in that process. You feel what I'm saying? They is a business owner. And what separates the two, being a hustler, all you just doing business unorganized. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? If somebody was to tell you, like, hey, look, because you hustling, you got payroll, you got this, you got that. You feel what I'm saying? You got expenses, you got overhead. So you just not putting it in the right category to do it the right way. You feel what I'm saying? And then go get an LLC. Now you a business and then you learn as you go. But that's the only difference between a hustler and a business owner. I had to learn the difference.
Yeah. The remember the business owner, like you said, the business owner is the hustler. He just learned how to organize it to make it fit in the world. Yep. To make it acceptable in the world. That the banks, like I said, the banks deal with them. That, hey, man, I got my stuff lined up so that I'm attractive to you. Yeah, I can come in here with a bank ID, with an ID, and come into the bank and get a checking account, but I need a tax ID and I need an LLC, I need a whatever. It's also more business classifications than LLC. C corps, S corps. Like I'm a S corp, which is a sole proprietor corporation, and I got different entities up under this corporation company. Okay, so it's bigger than just an LLC. All right, but. That being said, when you go in there, that's like the birth certificate and social security number for the business, and the business is a person. You must respect it as a person. It's going to take care of you. If you take care of it, you got to show up for it every day. Okay. So a thing that I ask people, and I usually give this kind of conversation to my leaders, man, but I feel like they tired of me talking just to them. They tell me I got to talk to the world. So that's why I'm here today as well. But giving this information of, hey, a lot of them have used it to level and step up their lives, because a lot of times they'll place that burden on the entrepreneur. You need more money, go ask your job. You need health insurance, go ask your job. You need X, Y, and Z, go ask your job. And it's like, I got to pull it from somewhere, so I got to be able to have it for you. But giving all of that information, man, it's like, hey, it's pivotal to know, because you don't know. Making yourself attractive to the bank, man, going in there with your LLC or your different classification or your tax ID number for your business, which even your tax ID is still classified in a certain way of like what industry you in, so that you're properly taxed. Okay, so it's like, hey, I had to learn all of this stuff just because a nigga was trying, man. A nigga was trying. I don't mind being the example of trying, because it's a lot I didn't see. So I don't mind discovering. I don't mind being curious. I don't mind exploring. I don't mind failing, okay? I don't mind. People are so scared to fail. They'll talk themselves out of it, man. But I had to learn them. I had to learn to make myself attractive. So going to the bank, talking to them, getting approved for things personally, and then still getting my things arranged through the business, getting it organized. I'm like, okay, they get to see I got a agreement. Most places are willing to deal with me. Maybe if the interest rate may be higher for the business, but until the lien was paid off, I didn't get anything for the business. But I got a lot personally. And once they got to start telling me yes, I loaded up on credit. I loaded up on credit. I loaded up on credit. I loaded up on credit enough. I live off of credit.
You know, it's crazy. I was just telling somebody, I think it was my dad. I was telling him, like, yeah, we're going to apply. We're going to get you a $15,000 credit card. That nigga looked at me and said, why I need all that much? I said, bruh, listen. I said, it's always better.
They willing to give it to you.
And that's why I told him, like, listen, it's always better to have it than not have it and not need it than need it and not have it. You feel what I'm saying? Because, like, for example, if you can rack up $50,000, and I know, like you said with your friend when he said, bro, that's $24,000 you in debt, but this whole time, like you said, I ain't touch it.
I'm actually up.
I got $24,000 I can do whatever with, but that don't mean I'm blowing it, I'm touching it. So that's why I tell people, get as much as you can. If you can get $50,000, you ain't gotta touch it and blow it. It's just there.
Yeah. So some people are not worthy of credit cards. They're not worthy of money, man.
Because they got poor money management skills.
They don't have no money management skills. Okay. And when I mean no money management skills, they only know how to get by. Is that their fault all the time? No, but when this world of education and the world of people making money from showing their toes, man. Okay, you ain't gonna let me. You're not gonna tell me that somebody's showing their toes. Shout out to those who show toes. I'm sure I paid somebody rent a time or two.
Hey, no,
but shout out to the fans only fans. But just meaning like, hey, people didn't develop all kind of avenues to make money. You can't tell me like, hey, maybe that was a hustler. That was somebody that saw. Hey, they willing to pay for feet. I gotta make it attractive that now I can sell pictures of my feet, but I did it legit. That now the bank could give me a $50,000 loan to kind of keep my business afloat because I've showed them, I've learned to make money without them. All right, so if I can shoot straight to you of how the bank looks at people, and this is just my opinion.
Talk to them.
The bank is a badass bitch that only fuck with you when they don't need you. They only fuck with you when they don't need you. If you coming in there like I did and I had to learn it, when I needed money, they not going to give you money. You got to look like you don't need them for them to really want to fuck with you. Like most people who got standards. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you look like you don't need money. You got some good financials, or you coming in there and your credit look good. Their job is to apply you with cash. This is why people used to rob them back in the day, because the money in there. Okay? So to make yourself look attractive that this person wants to give you things, the bank wants to give you money. We're running a special now. If you refinance your car with us, hey, we got this low interest rate. Oh, hey, if you come over here and bring your HELOC over here, hey, we'll pay that off and we'll give you this, give you more money with a lower interest rate. It's all kind of things that, hey, the bank offers, man. And that's one of the best relationships you can have is with the bank. Is find you somebody at the bank that's willing to help you navigate through it, because they still got a job of, they got to get so many credit card approvals. They got to get so many houses, open up so many bank accounts. If you do get denied, man, there's still an avenue that they give you to check why you was, denied. So it's so many ways of like, hey, you can't tell me.
No excuses.
It's one of them. It's like,
and I'm glad you said that, because people don't know that when you get denied, it's something called the reconsider line you can call up. And they even send you something in the mail like, hey, look, you got denied because too many missed payments, or you ain't got enough credit, or you ain't got, they telling you what they want. It's the requirements. You feel me? People get that letter and they see denied, they rip it up or whoop-de-whoop, but it's just like, dude, do what they ask and they gonna give you the money. Let me tell y'all before we get out of here, the quickest way to get some money, as he explained, you can just go in the bank and play stupid. Sit down with the bank rep and just ask them, hey, what do y'all need, or what is y'all looking for to get me a $10,000 or a $5,000? And they will tell you that's their job. You feel what I'm saying? They want to give out the money, but you gotta make yourself look presentable. That's like this. Look, I break it down like this, man. If I'm riding in the car and I'm in a Lamborghini, right? And I'm in the stoplight. And the guy pull up to me, he's in a Toyota Corolla, bummy shirt. I'm not gonna roll the window down if he's trying to get my attention. I'm gonna probably think twice, right? But if a guy in a Lamborghini pull up, nice suit, will flag me down, I'm going to have no problem rolling that window down. You feel what I'm saying? Because he looks presentable, like he got something to say. It could be biased, but that's just how the bank look at it. You feel what I'm saying? That don't mean you got to go in there with a suit and tie. No, make sure that your adult report card is in order to get what you need.
Hey, say that one more time,
because credit ain't nothing but your adult report card and the progress report. You feel what I'm saying? Of how you manage your finances. That's it. That's why he was able to get money with his name, his government name, versus not getting money with the business because it's two separate entities that's separated.
So let me drop another Jew real quick before we run out of here, man. And this is part one of many episodes, man. And thank you again for having me on there. But
appreciate you for coming.
So for every LLC or every business that we own, and we own quite a few different businesses, each one has their own seal of approval for business and they own EIN. They still have to be attached to a person, but you don't have to. But that's me taking it too deep into how you can do it in business and it not be even seen or touched on who you are with business. But initially, for beginners right now, for everybody starting right now, for every LLC that we opened up and they ran our name, that's a whole different line of credit, whole different credit card, whole different playing field. So I'll tell you this, with Huntington Bank, shout out to Huntington Bank, I went to go try to open up a bank account or apply for credit for Johnson's Group Management Team. They sent me back a denial letter like you've gotten and exhausted every product that we have. From cashback credit cards to no interest rate credit cards to points credit cards to black cards to home equity lines of credit for second mortgages on there to car loans on there, man. It's everything that they pretty much offer. IRAs, man. But just all, bruh. Thank you again for having me. Money is a passion of mine. I love to teach it. I love to be able to educate it. Ain't no excuse for people not to have it, man. And money isn't remember, money is the grease that keeps the machine moving. It is not the fuel. Once you find out what it is you want to do, there's channel avenues to make it legit. All right, there's channeled avenues to make it legit, and we'll end with that.
All right, so look, before we get out of here, bro, we didn't get to touch on it, but how is it being married, bro?
Being married is work, man, but it's love. At least that's what you hope for it to most definitely be. Marriage is that forever journey, your partner, your person, that place. And because I'm married to Vanessa Johnson, that's my wife, we have had to learn to grow with each other. We grew up together on a lot of levels. We live together. We have children together. We are entrepreneurs together. So it's very, very layered. Can't be mad at me at work and then be mad at me at home. I'm like, them two different people. You know what I'm saying? That's two different roles. Like, keep that shit there. You know what I'm saying? It's your husband talking to you now. That's your boss. You know what I'm saying? Though I still tell you what to do in both roles. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of them of having that communication and having that grace with each other. It's a dope thing to have, especially because we so layered. And if we ain't good with each other, nothing else we touch is good, and we touch a lot together. So having that partner that I feel like even when I'm in a rough space, I can come to, and remember we had to grow to that. We had to learn to get to that. It wasn't just marriage, jumping into marriage, and this is speaking from a married man for 9 years, okay? Jumping into a marriage, it doesn't just change everything like you're going to a fairy tale land. No, that's when the real work begins. That's when the best person of who you are is supposed to emerge, okay? At least in my philosophies and teaching. Once we get married, it's like, okay, we lock in. We supposed to be trying to engage in leveling our status up of, hey, we are going to have a baby. We going to maybe buy a home. We going to start a business. This is, okay, we locked in with each other. That's what that goal is. Business, marriage used to really be economically set up for business. Like, hey, we going to be locked in and we going to take over the world. More than just hey, I'm married and you not, I'm better than you. It's like, no, this partner and this what we doing. Look how this person takes care of business. Look how this person takes care of my children. Look how I take care of them. Look how we really mesh together. But that only comes from y'all putting the work in. So marriage is dope if you want it to be. If you really want it to be. If you really give a damn about the person that you're dealing with, you take care of them, man. And the quote my bros and I we use amongst us men, alumni, you a part of that. One of the quotes we use is, you protect the queen at all costs, even from yourself, because you know who you are. You know who you are. You even protect her from your shit, your bullshit, if you even give a damn about her. You know what I'm saying? On one of them, most men ain't got them principles or them levels or them self-disciplines of themselves to even be worthy enough to be a husband, to be a father, to be even an entrepreneur, to be these levels of leadership that people seek out. You feel me? So marriage is dope if you want it to be, but you nigga, you got to show up for it.
There you have it. Appreciate you, bro, coming through, man. Appreciate you.
Yes,
absolutely. KenJuan Johnson, time is money. I am DJ Billionaire. We out.
Time is money. And I ain't got time to waste. I ain't trying to be funny.
Yeah, time is money, my baby.
So let me be on my way.
Yeah.
It ain't about money.